Guys, what's up, yo? Happy Thursday to you guys. Welcome to Rumbi Uncensored. This is our evening show. What's up, guys? What's happening? Oh man, it has been a lot going on during the day, but here we are, guys. CHIWENGA, after all that happened, his life is in danger. Now they want to eliminate him, you know. I'm trying to understand what kind of nonsense is going on in the country. What is it that's going on, guys? They want to eliminate CHIWENGA. Wow. And Muswere is angry. This man is furious. I don't blame him. Remember, these guys have been benefiting under the rulership of Emmerson Mnangagwa for decades. So I understand when he's furious that no one, if you guys try to be on the street, you'll be in trouble. We're going to hear him speak a little bit later on. And I just wanted to say shout out to everybody. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, guys, I know some of you, it's your first time to just kind of pass through this channel. Please subscribe and make sure that you ring the bell. So at least every time I'm live, you'll be robbed right here. I want to say shout out to my regulars. I can see almost 250 people pressing the button. Yo, don't forget to thumbs up the video as we move along. Thumbs up the video. All right, guys, listen. The chaos that happened again during the ZANU PF youth empowerment. I'll call it ZANU PF, and I don't understand when Mnangagwa say, I'm trying to promote the youth. And it's only the ZANU PF people. Is Mnangagwa a president of ZANU PF? Individuals, his bodies, I mean, bootlickers, but some were saying, no, they just pulled students from college. So it's not even really the guys who are at work, just students. Oh, he's the president of Zimbabwe. I don't understand where he stands. I don't know where he stands. But there was chaos because while some were singing for Emmerson Mnangagwa and the others were also singing for CHIWENGA. Guys, when are we going to have peace in this country? It's a meeting that Emmerson Mnangagwa is presiding over, but some are singing for CHIWENGA to say, where is he? Because CHIWENGA wasn't there actually, but it was only him. What an embarrassment. What an embarrassment. But I'm going to read what Emmerson Mnangagwa posted today. Actually said, the President Emmerson Mnangagwa has officially launched the Presidential Youth Empowerment Scheme, urging those involved to avoid favoritism in the distribution of opportunities. The scheme aims to empower young people with education, skills, and empowerment prospects. I'm like, say it's too late. It's too late. Zimbabweans are done. It's too late. Mr. Mnangagwa, oh, just want to hear you're gone. That's all we want to hear. Let's not even waste time. You are simply just wasting your time. I must say, the Gaza revolution, guys, is alive and well. This war is between Emmerson Mnangagwa and the criminals in the country against the citizens of Zimbabwe, led by Comrade Gaza. So let us be very clear on that. You can't be in the middle. You're either going to be on the side of Emmerson, supporting his ruthless regime, or you're with the people. You know, whether you are a police guy, you may be from the correctional service. I have to choose, where do you stand? Okay. As Rumbi, I stand with Comrade Gaza. I aim for the Gaza revolution. I want to see peace in this country. I need to see freedom. So yeah, guys, you choose. Where do you want to be? You want to be on the wrong side of history? Then you can keep on pressing your buttons on this evil regime. But if you're serious, you're going to move with the people and say, enough is enough. We need peace in this nation. And we have to restart. You cannot believe what's going on out there. The preparations are amazing. Guys, you also need to know in the comment section, what do you want the new government to look like? Like, just drop it in the comment section because they're going to read your comments. Very important. They are going to read your comments. I always remind you on that. Don't forget. All right. So I want you to listen to Jenfan. Is it Jenfan? Okay. Jenfan Muswere. Okay. That's his name. He is screaming, threatening citizens. Guys, Musa kwatiswe. Musa kwatiswe ne vanhu vakutotsvaga mabasa. Okay. Musa kwatiswe. Ati vunduswe zvekudaro. Okay. So we are not dumb. Vanokutotsvaga zvamabasa. Take a listen, please.
Would like to assure the nation that no violent demonstration will ever see the light of the day. Zimbabweans are encouraged to ignore Geza's delusional ramblings. His polemic and reactionary grandstanding is a clear misdirection of ambition. He and his team have no moral nor legal authority to speak on behalf of anyone. They are divisionalists and factionalists hell-bent on sowing seeds of division, but all their efforts will not bear fruit. He is a fugitive from justice and will not be long before his inflammatory statements are dealt with. He is a self-serving individual falsely claiming to speak on behalf of the veterans of the liberation struggle, and his rants are nothing but hallucinations. Mr. Geza and his partners in crime cannot rewrite Zimbabwe's history. Law enforcement agents are on high alert, ready to deal with anyone attempting to cause despondency within the country's borders, and no iota of imagination will create disunity within the leadership, both in government and in the ruling party ZANU PF.
Okay, these guys are almost losing the luxurious life they've been living over the years. Chill and relax. Protection is there. We are taking our country back. Let us deal with the individuals who don't threaten, but rather come out and say, let's talk. You know, Zimbabweans have been disrespected over the years. Whether you say how you feel, no, you have disrespected the state. If you stand and say this is wrong, you don't have to say anything. Just keep, no. Mr. Jenfan Muswere, I'm speaking on my own behalf. Sir, you are the only one who's behind of what's going on here. The majority of people have already moved to the other side because they know that things are not going to end well in the country. We are not going to be intimidated by you. You are earning from the taxpayers' money, our hard-earned money, and you come back and threaten us. Sir, do you know the suit that you're buying is our money? Do you understand this? It's our hard-earned money. So please, citizens are not going to be intimidated by you, sir. No one, guys. Preparations. Do what you can to support other people. This time, remember what happened in Kenya? People started online like we did here, and the revolution moved. You understand? We cannot be abused by servants anymore. If you are tired of being asked by citizens, leave. It's that simple. You leave the office and you go back home and say, guys, I don't want to be questioned. I need my peace. Since you guys have been looting over the years, surely you've got money stashed somewhere. Just go. But if you keep on forcing yourself to be there, then do not complain when we question you, right? You must not complain. Jenfan, we are not going to be moved by you at all. But anyway, let me actually read what Hopo Shingono said, because I think there is a misunderstanding here. Guys, there's a very huge disconnect between politics and the revolution. The two are not the same. Revolution is taking our country back. We are seeking for freedom. We are vying for freedom. We are not vying for positions in politics. So politicians, if you are looking for a position and that's what you're aiming for, guys, you're more than welcome to relax where you are. The Zimbabweans are reclaiming back their country from evil people. Thugs, mbava. Let me reiterate. Thugs that have been looting, disrespecting people like Emerson Mnangagwa. He has never respected the people of Zimbabwe at all. Never. Right now, when he says youth, it's just his people that bootlicks him. That's not how you lead a country, sir. You have to move with everyone, including I. And when we question you, you don't intimidate us. You actually ask us, what is the problem? How can I help? But no. The time of negotiating is past. This time, we want our country back. It's that simple. So let me read what Hopo Shingono said, because from all this nonsense of Jenfan, this is how he responded to him. Two responses, very unique and distinctive. One was Hopo Shingono, the other one actually was Bofana. That is Tendea Bofana. Okay, so Hopo said to what Mnangagwa and his minions, like Jenfan Muswere, failed to understand is that for Zimbabweans, this is not about war veteran blessed bombshell Geza. It is about the deep anger in of the majority Zimbabweans feel towards corruption, which is all controlled from the president's office. Please note, from President's office, Emmerson Mnangagwa. Anyone who confronts the unfortunate reality of a corrupt president will be listened to. Mnangagwa has completely wrecked the Zimbabwe's public institutions through corruption, so anyone who calls for his removal will be heard. Bombshell is not being listened to because Zimbabweans suddenly have love and affection for General CHIWENGA. He is being listened to because he is proposing a solution and a plan to take on the person they associate with their suffering and misery. Very true. That is why I've always said that if opposition politicians conquered their fear and stood up to the regime, they would prevail. Not necessarily because they have great ideas, but because they would be taking on the person, character, and political party responsible for their misery. Zimbabweans are not foolish to think that Bombshell has suddenly become a Democrat. They are rallying behind his call for Mnangagwa's removal because of what Mnangagwa has done to the people of this beautiful but troubled country called Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa has zero respect for Zimbabweans, which is why Zimbabweans also have zero respect for him. I agree on that. Except for those feeding from his trough, Jenfan Muswere, it is that simple. The fact that individuals like Bombshell, regardless of their own political leanings, are gaining traction in their calls for change highlights the desperation felt by many citizens. People are eager for solutions to address the systematic issues plaguing Zimbabwe, even if it means aligning themselves with unlikely figures or proposals. This sentiment also underscores the potential for opposition politicians to make significant strides in challenging the regime if they are willing to confront their fears, present viable alternatives. It may not necessarily be the ideas themselves that resonate with the people, but rather the act of standing up to the source of their suffering that earns their support. Ultimately, the lack of respect shown by Mnangagwa towards Zimbabweans has fostered a similar sentiment in return, with the exception of those who directly benefit from his corrupt practices like Jenfan and his ilk. Hospitals have collapsed. Employment is at 95%. Inflation is the highest in the world. Schools have no books. Urban residents have no clean drinking water. Roads are full of potholes. Electricity is available for only 4 hours a day. Supermarkets are shutting down. Public transport does not exist. Taxes are the highest in the region. Passports are the most expensive in Southern Africa. And media freedoms have been withdrawn. What is then not to like when someone says, I can help you put an end to your misery? How does anyone sane ignore a call to put an end to their grinding pain? Cause of Jenfan Muswere shows how disconnected this corrupt regime has become to the daily reality of Zimbabweans. We know that the regime is pumping loads of money to social media influencers and fake news websites to distract the gullible to focus on sideshows. But that won't work because you can only be distracted if you are living a decent life. A man or woman who is hungry is focused on finding their next meal. Paying losers money to create sideshows is a sign of derangement by Mnangagwa and his minions. Propaganda doesn't put food on the table or ending corruption. Who is the author and godfather of corruption in Zimbabwe, Geza or Mnangagwa? That is the question that Jenfan and his Lacoste thugs must answer to cure their ignorance about the situation. They lit a fire with their 2030 nonsense. Now they are asking citizens to ignore that fire. When ignoring it means the citizens will also be burned in the fire. How can that make sense at all? He's right. How can that make sense? Who's going to be sitting and watch where we are being stamped on by illiterate and idiots? Fools! Ignorant individuals who don't have a clue of what leadership means. You see, leadership is growing the people. You understand? Once you grow the people, and then the people will do what they have to do, and you are at peace. Check in with parents who invest much to raise their children. What happens? They will never have stress. The kids just do their own things. But just also check in with the parent that did not raise their children well and see what happens. Chaos everywhere. This is what's going on in Zimbabwe. The regime of Mnangagwa failed to grow the people. You understand this? They only grow themselves looting and their children. But why the society is languishing in poverty? What do you expect? No, the pushback is coming whether they like it or not. This time, Zimbabwe has to come back to its people. We are not playing games, guys. Do not listen to nonsense. Threats were always going to be fired, but at the end of the day, the protection is there. What are you waiting for? 2017 is back. What are you waiting? What are you afraid of? Move. Let's move together. Do what you can to reclaim your sanity. We must never be intimidated by Emerson Mnangagwa. Tendai Bofana, he had an interview on JCTV. Guys, you can also subscribe to this channel. The guy's doing incredible work. Incredible work. We need to do everything in our power to give each other support. Take a listen to what he said, please.
The statement, I think you wrote on the issue of vendors being evicted, being given an ultimatum actually to say you are supposed to vacate and be on designated areas, which you know some of them they are non-existent, and the people have been relegated to everyone being a vendor. What do you make of the situation that we've seen? We've seen videos circulating, police, municipal police being chased by these vendors, and now that there is this backdrop of a possible uprising by Geza. Does this speak to something that ZANU PF, do they have everything together, or are we going to see actually the fall of ZANU PF in the near future? Because you can see that there is a lot of incoherence in terms of how things are done. What do you make of the statement by Minister Garwe and what is happening on the ground? Do you see this statement or this ultimatum succeeding now that Geza has come out and said we want to defend these people? Looking at it in conclusion, what do you make of the statement by Minister Garwe and what is happening on the ground?
That statement or that directive points to a government that has long detached itself from the realities of the ordinary Zimbabwean.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, why would someone in government order the evacuation or the eviction of vendors when we know that Zimbabwe is now a vendor economy?
Yeah.
People who are on the streets vending are trying to make ends meet as honestly as they can. Yes, they can be accused of violating this bylaw or that bylaw, but they are not criminals. Violating a bylaw doesn't make you a criminal. There are people who are trying to make an honest living by selling whatever ways they have. Yes, we can say then, yeah, they are causing this, or there's a lot of other criminal activities happening. They are destroying the formal sector. But whose fault was it to begin with? Why do we have those vendors? As I said, I grew up, I was born in 1973. I grew up in now knowing what is going around me in the 80s and 90s. We didn't have those vendors. Yes, but work with them. But you find that if you have an arrogant government that doesn't care, that just imposes by decree whatever they feel like doing, they are actually making an already volatile situation worse. It's like lighting a match on a gas-filled house, a house full of gas, and you light a match. You are just increasing. You are getting people to go to Geza's side. Actually, the ones that are campaigning for Geza more than anyone else is the government itself, by its own actions. You know, people who are going to join Geza and listen to him and obey whatever you would have encouraged them to do on the 31st are not rebels. They're not unpatriotic people. They're not people who are just violent criminals and thugs and hooligans. These are people who are desperate.
Yeah.
Who are now, who have reached their end. They don't know what to do now. They're desperate. They've suffered enough. So if they are the ones who hit such cause and say, all right, no, the only way to sort out our country is to go to the streets. So if the government was clever, this was the time for them to work together with Zimbabweans.
Yeah.
Listen to Zimbabweans. Hear their cries. Address their issues. If they are saying we've got problems here and there, whether it's corruption, whether it's what, be seen to be doing the right thing for once. Be seen to do the right thing. Zimbabweans might then say, that government seems to be listening to us now. Let's work with them. Let's give them another chance. But if you are busy beating them up, that's why the people will then beat back. That's why they'll fight back. because this is a desperate person who has rent to pay, who's got food to put on the table, and the only means of livelihood that he has is street vending, and you come there and say, get away. And a hungry man is an angry man. Remember how the Arab Spring started. It started in Tunisia. It was in 2011, thereabout. It started in Tunisia with one guy, one vendor. The Arab Spring, which moved from Tunisia to Egypt to Libya to Morocco to Syria, was started by one guy in Tunisia, a vendor who had had enough of being harassed by the authorities and set himself on fire.
Yeah.
He's right. I mean, I've had enough of Mnangagwa and his regime, because I'm sitting and I'm like, these guys have actually decided that they will shrink our destiny. They have to frustrate everyone so that they can live flamboyant lives. So, and expect us to just look and say, okay, but that's okay. We get abused. We have no freedom of speech. Destinies are ruined. Purposes are destroyed. And they expect us just sit and say, but that's okay. They can do as they please while we're begging. No, it doesn't work like that. This is the end. And I'm telling you, we are going through with this. Zimbabweans, prepare the way. Do everything in your power to make sure you're ready. You are ready to free yourself. Together we can. If we hold our hands, we will get the Zimbabwe that we want tomorrow. So I'm encouraging you. Fear not. Don't be intimidated. There's protection. All these, Mnangagwa was panicking. He's having sleepless nights. Because he can see that it's the end. That Kwekwe farm, that one. I can see this whole thing collapsing. Guys, if he doesn't do the right thing, that's why resigning peacefully was the only route that would save Emmerson Mnangagwa. But if he wants to keep on pushing and pushing, I don't see this ending well. Unfortunately, I don't. Now, like I said, sadly, the ZANU PF thugs are after CHIWENGA. Reports are they've hired assassins to eliminate him. You know, I mean, this is their modus operandi. I'm not surprised. That's how they operate. You're just kind of doing what you need to do, right? And they can see that you are in the way of their shenanigans, then you need to go. Trust me, I'm sure even me, they're after me. But cheers, thugs. The God I serve, the God that sends me here, will deal with you before you get here. The God that sends me here will deal with you before you even try. Just to think. Just try to plan. It will collapse right in front of you if you don't even die first. So don't try it. But anyway, let me read. They've sent out a very heavy statement, actually, that they're after CHIWENGA. And CHIWENGA's shadowy supporters claims assassins have been hired to eliminate the vice president as ZANU PF factionalism heats up. You know, killing CHIWENGA is not resolving issues in Zimbabwe. These people are dumb. They don't think, man. Okay, so a shadowy group rooting for Zimbabwe's Vice President General CHIWENGA, Voluntary Supporters Association, has made sensational claims that missionaries have been hired to eliminate the former army commander. Their claims come at a time factionalism is heating up in ZANU PF with CHIWENGA and President Emmerson Mnangagwa's power struggles now being played out publicly. ZANU PF's spokesperson Christopher Muchangwa, who is backing Mnangagwa to stay in power beyond his 2028 constitutional limit, described CHIWENGA as a cruel, unintelligent, and unelectable in a recorded call released last week. We remember the story. Despite CHIWENGA having demanded action against him, nothing has been done so far. In a statement shared with the newszimbabwe.com, the loyalists of CHIWENGA said they were well informed of a plot not only to kill CHIWENGA, but anyone else who would dare to partake in the planned demonstration on March 31. We preemptively and categorically expose the treasonous move to deploy mercenaries imported from Sierra Leone. Oh, that's interesting. Assigned with the heinous mission of eliminating General CHIWENGA, said Ndokozo Musipa, the organization's Secretary General. This foreign interference in our national affairs is an act of war. We want those involved, your names unknown, your movements tracked, and your betrayal of Zimbabwe will be met with the full consequences. CHIWENGA is challenging Mnangagwa to stay in power beyond 2028. The latter supporters, mainly from Masvingo province, where he hails, are complaining that he hangs on to 2030. I'm from Masvingo. I don't want to see Mnangagwa there. Sorry. Okay, so War veterans led by Blessed Geza has vowed to lead a protest on March 31st against cronyism they say now characterizes Mnangagwa's regime. Added Musipa, we stand firm in full support of the people's call to action on March 31st, 2025. This is not a day of recklessness, but a day of decisive movement by Zimbabweans who refuse to be ruled by fear, deceit, and treachery. The time for tyranny is over. The hour for accountability is now. The enemy is shaken. We are fully aware of the Home Affairs Ministry's planned press conference, an attempt to intimidate the people with hollow threats, lawfare, and brute force. Let it be clear, the people will not be intimidated by recycled rhetoric of empty posturing. No force on earth can stop a determined people. To the police and the military personnel, remember your oath is to Zimbabwe, not a rogue regime. Any orders to harm unarmed civilians on March 31 are unlawful and will not be forgotten. The regime's days are numbered, and those who think they can rule through poisoning, mercenaries, and violence will soon face the people's judgment. A press conference by war veteran Ethan Mativela to announce the protest was disturbed by an identified man in Malawi earlier this week. You saw Zigure zvakanga zvidenza to disturb my war veterans from Mnangagwa apelelwa yazi Zigure, and you know it actually shows you the kind of person that he is. You see when you're crazy. You know, when you're crazy, your actions are crazy as well. Who does that? How do you employ Zigure? Could not disturb a meeting, guys. Listen, y'all. Listen. We need to take our country back from all this nonsense. Absolutely, this is pathetic. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. But trust me, it will not work. Because one of the things that they don't realize is this guy's intelligence is stupid. Do you remember the gold mafia? Do you remember the gold mafia? It proved beyond reasonable doubt that these guys don't even know what they're doing, majority of them. They are clueless. But I'm seeing a move that's going on. Somebody's keep on trying to call. But anyway, I'm sorry about that. So I just want to say to you guys, prepare the way. Do not be intimidated. Keep your focus. The Zimbabwe you want is around the corner. Don't be intimidated by anybody. Relax and chill. You know, this time I took my emotions. We are going to do what's necessary to reclaim our freedom. Freedom to just be a Zimbabwean. Freedom to walk in this country without you have to beg someone. Freedom to actually exercise your rights. Freedom to fulfill purpose. We don't need to beg to actually do something. Other countries, you don't have to align yourself with any politicians to actually be able to eat a good meal. That's the Zimbabwe that we want. Roads that functions. 24-hour clean water. 24-hour electricity. Do you understand? Jobs everywhere. This is what we are talking about, a Zimbabwe that we used to have. It happened before 1980. It happened immediately in the 80s. Then before you know it, we lost everything because of greed and corruption. Zimbabweans, we can do it even far better because now we are skilled, we are smarter, we are equipped, we are now wiser. We have learned from our mistakes. Surely we should be in a position to build a far better Zimbabwe than where we are right now. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Now, okay, moving on. The lawsuit. Okay, shout out to Holyton. Holyton has been fired with a lot of lawsuits. But you know what? Apparently, I don't even know what this guy did wrong. I don't know what he did wrong because I'm going to let you listen to one of his utterances. When he was addressing a man who's calling herself a Mama V. I think she's got quite a number of following. She's a funny person when he is. I'm sorry, oh. You see, I can't also even if I can call me he or she. Because she wears a dress. No, he wears a dress. He wears a dress all the time. So can I call him he or she? Okay, so he wears a dress, but he's a guy. Right. And this is what Holyton said. I want you to tell me if Holyton did anything wrong here. If this is a deformation of character, because I think Zimbabweans are abusing the courts. Okay, some of these so-called celebrities are definitely abuse our institutions. I want you to listen to what Holyton said. If that is actually... Did I have it? Okay, yeah. All right, so in a nutshell, I think I didn't even manage to save this one on my external hard drive. Okay, so in a nutshell, What happened was Holy Ten just simply said, I'm worried about this lady and the wearing of dresses, acting. Because, he's this guy, I'm sorry, this guy, because, you see, I'm also very confused, you understand? This guy is wearing dresses while he acts, and the children are watching him. Some of the kids, I'm talking about boy children, are now wearing dresses as well. And this is a problem in our society, and we need to put a stop to it. And you know what? I completely agree with him, actually. He's right. Because we are almost losing our culture here. It's like play, guys. We are losing our culture. I mean, there's nothing wrong with acting. What is so difficult with you acting wearing a male clothes? Because at the end of the day, kids are watching this. I've always been saying, that's why I'm not a fan of the LGBTQUWZ rights issue. I've always been saying, guys, I genuinely believe that the issue of relationships and intimacy are private and confidential. These things are done in private. Why is it this group of LGBTQ whatever always want us to say we must endorse? I'm like, wait a minute. What am I endorsing here? If you want to live your life the way what you want to live, just do it. Where do I fit in? What rights do you want? You see that? There's a lot going on here. Maybe from my neighbor down there on the other side, they're doing their thing. I don't want to get involved. But only these ones here wants to be recognized. That's a danger right there. A red flag. Red flag. Some of the stuff that he also alleged was, he spoke about Hubert Angel, what that he's accusing that this guy is a liar. This guy is playing with women. I'm sorry to say this, it's not the first time for me to hear that about Hubert Angel. It's not the first time. It's not the second time. It's not the third time. I think I've heard it many times from different women and different people, including some of his assistants. There's a story that I covered on Church Mafia. And when I covered the story on Church Mafia, one of his very close right-hand men, he went on Facebook and said, I've had enough. I've had enough of supporting this man lying to the Church of Jesus Christ. The guy began to expose him that sometimes I have to get like 20 women for him when he gets to South Africa or in any country. We have to make sure that there are 20 women waiting for Hubert Angel. I'm talking about a prophet. This is what this guy was alleging. On Facebook, the information is there. It's there. If you look for a video written Church Mafia, you'll be able to see the links to those details. So I genuinely believe that Holy Ten is not crazy. He is not crazy in his mind. Some people accuse him of so many things, but listen, all that he said, there was no lie in it. Right now, there's a video circulating for Java. Java is being accused of violating women. That's why I ran away from America. The videos are there online as we speak, but someone is going to come here and say it's a lie. I have a problem with church members who always have a tendency of fighting for pastors. You don't stay in his house. You don't live with him. You don't know what he does, but someone who says, no, the pastor will never. Excuse me. You need to remember that pastors are human beings before they come to the pulpit. Before that man stand there and hold a microphone, he's a human being. He's capable of anything. In the Bible, even men that were great were tempted. David himself took the wife of Uriah, even killed Uriah, but he was the man after God's heart. So you are standing up and defending pastors. You are crazy. You don't move around with this guy. You only see maybe 2 hours standing there wearing a suit to act like he's all collected. These guys are doing the most. Majority of them. They don't fear God that they claim to be serving. So guys, Holy Ten did not say nothing wrong. And by the way, there's also a problem in our country. We are so behind to think that every time everything is a crime. It's not a crime to give your opinions about something. In fact, that's why Mnangagwa himself claimed that we're 1,000% behind. Guys, we are so behind. Check other countries. You can see many people commenting on it. They can say whatever they want to say. But you can't always say, I'm suing. What are you suing? Are you not wearing a dress? You are wearing a dress, Mawavi. Are you a woman? No, you're not. You're a man. So he's right by calling you out that you are influencing kids in the wrong direction. He did not say you're a bad person. No, you are influencing society in the wrong direction. And that should be stopped because it's messing up with our culture. It's as simple as that. Now you're saying you're suing for defamation of character. Defamation of character. Did he lie? Did he lie that you wear a dress? Because you do. You see, guys, you're playing with the courts. The court should check out all this nonsense out of the court. Stop wasting our time. Go back if you want to wear trousers and life goes on. Okay? It's that simple. You, Angel, your stories are all over social media. They're all over Google. It's that simple, you know. Guys, listen. I've known one of my father, Bishop Tudor Bismarck for years, okay? Bishop Tudor for decades, right? As long as I can remember. Have you guys ever heard any scandal about this man, Tudor Bismarck? He preaches across the world. Have you ever heard a scandal about him with women? None whatsoever, right? Right. And there's these small boys who just come out, no order at all. They have so many scandals. That's a red flag. Okay, it's a red flag. So I'm sorry to say, these people don't just say things. There's nothing so special about you that people can just create to lie. Yes, people can lie, but really, if you know you're genuine and authentic, you don't even respond, you keep moving. Like, that's what I do. When people say things about me that are not true, I don't even answer them or question. They've got the right to say whatever they want to say. I know who I am, and God knows who I am. You understand this? So honestly, when these pastors are going there to be suing Holy Trade, for me, it's very childish. Pastors don't take people to court most of the times. Biblically, the Bible says, no, you find those that can bring you together, but if that fails, you don't just suing people like $1.2 million. Did he lie, sir? Did he lie? Because your stories are all over the place, you know? All over the place, sir. Okay, so live your life, brother. Enjoy your life. Don't be intimidated by these guys. They do their own stuff out there, and they think they're smart. But the information will always come out, right? It will always come out. I always say your relationship with God is personal, but once you start going out there and people say something, don't complain. Carry your cross, right? Carry your cross. That's all I have for you right tonight, guys. You all know, just pray for Chiwenga. Pray for everyone. Pray for us. We pray for you too. This regime will not take no one's blood. If that's what they think they're preparing, they are the ones that will go down. This time, guys, the church people, I'm asking you for one thing. This time is fire for fire, even in the spiritual realm. We are tired of being intimidated by human beings. If they are wishing death on people, they must be the one that should die. You understand this? We cannot always be victims. We cannot always be the one that have to be booted out by people. The church, having Jesus Christ, is for the war. If people do not want to do right, they must face the consequences of their actions. So I speak there with authority and say, if they think they can actually hate people, I send it back to them. They should be the one that need to die. This time, it's a war head on with the wicked. There's nothing special about them. Just because we put a title, we talk a good game doesn't make you a better person at all. So if you think you can hate our people, sorry, sir, sorry, ma'am, it's coming back at you. It's going to come and haunt you. So you might as well not do this except you just resign and be packing and go. This time, you're not only facing Zimbabweans like in physical, you are facing them in the spiritual. We've been very patient. So because now it's no longer about funny, we are coming back head on. You think you can hate us? No, you are the one that will be hurt. That's how it works. Back to send the devil. We cannot be abused any longer. Any man and any woman who's sitting in their homes and saying, no, we're just going to send people to go and hurt others. No, you are the one that will be hurt this time. You are the one that will die. If you want to spill the blood, let it be your blood, not any other person's blood. We should never be intimidated, Zimbabweans. Not again. Church people, in your homes, call upon the God of the heavens to bring down his fire to deal with the enemy. We can't be abused anymore. The time of saying, God, we're just going to pray. And if God just said, whenever you want to come. No. No. This time, it's not like, he comes now. God has to come now. When an enemy comes like a flood, what happens? The Spirit of the Lord raises his standard. We can't be serving a God that does not answer by fire. No, he did it before. You should answer by fire now. When Jehoshaphat was busy, worshiping and praise God, God sent an ambushment, and the enemies began to kill each other. This is the God that we call upon Zimbabwe this time. We can't carry on being abused by these men. No, but individuals who are worshiping Satan is enough. When the truth is on our side, when the power is on our side, we shall call upon the God that will save and go in and fight for us. We can't be intimidated any longer. Church, stand up. Not praying, no, God, just stand up your mercy. No. It's not mercy. If the word they want is the word that they get. You understand me? They have said it. If it's the word that they want is the word that they're going to get. We'll meet them head on this time. Fire back to sender, back to the enemy. They're the ones that should have the blood on the floor. If they do not want to do what's right, they've got a choice to decide to do what's right. If they keep on choosing violence, is exactly what they're going to be meeting themselves. And they will fall for their sake. It's enough. It is enough. I love you guys, but I'm saying pray. Don't pray. This time there's no mercy, nothing. No, we've been abused for far too long. It is no mercy of anybody. You want to try violence, violence back at you. If you're someone, try peace. Go around the table and bring sanity in the nation. Taneta Nemima abusers, we've been abusing our people for far too long. You have stolen enough. It's time for you to go and eat what you have stolen. You are given the rope to say, get out of the country in peace. Zimbabwe, but if you think you're smart this time, you're dealing with the wrong people this time. Head on with the wicked. Atitambe, I just never know, God. You just hear them out. We've been doing it for decades now. Now it's fire for fire. You heard me, guys. The church, rise up and do what's right. Enough. Enough for us. You can't be serving God and at the same time being abused by Satan. Do you understand this? You are going to the church every Sunday and calling God to come down and say, God is powerful, or He's able to do exceedingly abundantly. We want to see action. Action is time of praying the prayers of being nice. And when we forgive, we have been forgiven long enough. These people don't care about our feelings. Why do we care about the wicked? No, it's time for us to show the devil the door, but do what's right. And say, if the fire that you want, we call upon the fire of the heavens. If it's the war that you want, we can call upon Vanna Michael to come down and we fight head on. We are not going to lose the war. It doesn't work like that. No, we can be nice, but sometimes when you try me, you cross another button. You want to stand in my way that I can't fulfill purpose. I'm going to question, who are you? So people of God, pray the right prayers. This time it's fire for fire. We need to cross. The enemy of the Zimbabweans need to come down for good. Not again in our land. Our children need to be free. Generations need to be free. We can't be nice all the time to our detriment. No, it is different. Tell me what you think in the comment section. But you have heard what I said, and I mean it. Fire for fire. If it's the word that you want, devil, is the word that you get. It's that simple. It's that simple. You heard me, guys. I love you. Bless you and bless Zimbabwe. By the way, we're still going to meet at home. Okay. No, we've been abused long enough. It is enough. We will meet in Zimbabwe, guys. It's spiritual that you want, we are there. If it's physical that you want, we are here. We fit everywhere until we cross. God bless you all. That's it. That's it. Yes, that is it. Enough is enough. right, God, I love you all. Bless you and bless Zimbabwe. Bye for now. Be nice.